Okay, hello and welcome to Foco Web Design's YouTube channel. This channel is going to be dedicated to helping people learn how to create websites. I use WordPress plus Elementor, Lightspeed servers, and going to get into a little bit of SEO stuff, but also some hosting stuff, which I'm actually going to start off with in this video here. And I'm sure we'll get into a bunch of other things, but this whole channel is going to be dedicated to be able to create free information. I learned most of what I learned through the internet, through YouTube, and I'd like to give back. And also it's a perfect symbiotic relationship of free information that helps me in the long run, helps get my name out there as well, and also give back to the community that taught me how to build all these sites. So without further ado, the first thing that we should do is create a subdomain for the YouTube channel. And to do that, you just need to navigate to your cPanel account. And on this subdomain, this can be the domain that we all practice together on, whatever you want to call it's fine. I'm going to call mine youtube.focowebdesign.com. And so clicking on cPanel, depending on which hosting provider you have, you should have access to your cPanel. If not, ask them for a login for it. They'll send you a link to get into this section of your hosting setup. And then scrolling down to where it says domains, you'll see a link here. It says subdomains. Click on that. This is going to create a subdomain. Like I said, I'm going to use YouTube. And then the document root is going to be whatever you call it here. Make sure that says the same thing as whatever you chose, whatever your domain name is called, .com. And then just click create. It's going to be very similar to whatever your hosting provider is doing, if not exactly like this. And so now it's been created. I'm going to click go back, and I can manage WordPress by Softaculous, which is an app that is inside of cPanel. It's inside of the Softaculous software library. But if you have Bluehost, you can also go to the My Sites tab and simply install WordPress seamlessly through their interface. A lot of hosting companies have custom interfaces to seamlessly download WordPress through whichever domain you chose. So that's another way of doing it, but this is the old school and the method that will work on any hosting account if you can access the cPanel. You just go to the Softaculous section, which I will show you here. Let me go back to cPanel and scroll down to Software and click on Softaculous Apps Installer. Then click on the WordPress one, and then you can click on Install right here. And now you can choose the domain name, which we're going to choose youtube.focowebdesign.com, whatever you chose there. And then the HTTPS needs to be selected. You can choose preference-wise. It does not matter. www is what will be displayed if you choose this one. But the other one seems to be trending. More people seem to just prefer without it. It doesn't matter. It'll still go there whether people type it in or not. Now we're going to call this one YouTube website. And then YouTube, and then we're going to do an admin name. I'm just going to use my email address, and then we're going to create a password right here, and email address again for the admin email. You can choose, this doesn't have to be an email. I like to do that, but you can just choose whatever name you want for your username. Probably more secure if you choose that instead of your email address, but I always just keep them the same. And then scrolling down, go ahead and click on the Classic Editor plugin. We're going to have to install that one anyways. And then for the themes, don't worry about it. We'll do that later. And then go down here and click on Install. This will install the website. This will install WordPress onto the domain name, onto the subdomain we created. And then once you're done, there's a few different ways of getting to it. One is to click directly here on this URL, open in new tab, right click and click on open a new tab. This will log you into the dashboard of the website you just created on the subdomain. And here you go. So we're in the back end here now. Another way of getting to it, if you go back to the cPanel account after you've installed this, is again through your hosting provider. Might have access to it through their custom interface, whichever hosting provider you have. But if you're using cPanel, the best way would be over here on your left. If you have this, just click right here, and then you can click on Login on any of your WordPress installations inside of Softaculous. Or scroll all the way down to the bottom here where scripts, you should see a WordPress script somewhere inside of cPanel. Click on that, and it'll bring you into something very similar. And from there, you'll be able to log in. Once you have your password and username set up, though, you don't need to use that to log in each time. You can just go to the domain name. So the front end of it by default is going to look like this. And then do a / and type login, login, which will redirect you to this domain or this URL right here. And then you type in your credentials and you can log in directly like this each time. So really easy. And now we are inside WordPress. So the next video is going to cover how to install some plugins that we're going to be using to create our WordPress website. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay.